This is a question on scales and map. A new housing estate is represented by this area on a map drawn to a scale of 1:n. Now what this means is that on map A, the map is to actual is represented by 1:n. This n is a number, okay? And the question wants you to find n at the end of the question. So your answer should be n equals to something lah, huh? Okay, now the question didn't give us this length scale. This is what we call length scale. And when it's presented to us in this form, 1 is to something, you must understand that they are all in cm. 1 means 1 cm and n means n cm. So you have to change later everything here to cm. Okay, so that's the first thing you need to know. Now, what we are given here for map A, we always write map on the left and actual on the right. Now, you are given that on the map it is 200 cm square and actual ground is 32 kilometers square. That means 200 cm square on the map represents 32 kilometers square on actual ground. Okay, so I translated whatever English they have here into mathematical language. Now we will move on from here. Now, how do I move from here, which is cm square, kilometer square, to all cm? Now, very first thing you need to do is to make sure that there's no more square lah. There's no more square. Okay, now how do you do that? What I can do is I divide everything by 200. I divide this side by 200, I divide this side by 200, I'll get this. Okay, and when you press calculator, you will find that this is actually simplest form is actually 16/100. Okay, now in order to change cm to cm square to cm, you need to square root. Okay, so you square root here, square root this, 1, square root this, you get cm, square root this, you get 4/25, square root this, you get kilometers. Okay, now we are in the length scale already. This is what we call the length scale. This is what we call the area scale. So you must move from the area to the length scale. Then this 1 cm is this 1 cm, right? Okay, already don't need to do anything here. Your job now is to change this kilometer to cm. Okay, and as we learn in class, this diagram is very useful. Biggest unit is kilometer, followed by meter, followed by cm, followed by mm. And you just need to remember kilo is 1000 meters. So to get from here to here, it is times 1000. From meter to cm is times 10 less and 10 less. Okay, the other way is to divide by the same number, divide by the same number, divide by the same number. Okay, and if I want to go from this immediately to this kilometer immediately to cm, I times 1, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. Okay, so now I want to get from kilometer all the way to cm, right? What do? This part only, I multiply by 1, 2, 3, you see, 1, 2, 3, right? Then 4, 5 zeros. Okay, so let me just calculate that. It's 16,000. So the answer is 16,000. That's it. Okay, now let's do part 2. Now part 2, you have another map, map B. And this map B is 1:6. 65,000. Now what does this mean? It means that on actual ground, this 1 represents 1 cm on the map. This 65,000 represents 65,000 cm on the actual ground. Okay, the length of a road on a map is 50 cm. So we want to find out, right, on the length of a road on a map. So it's on a map, so you should label this side and not here. Okay, so 50 cm on the map, right, represents that actual road. They want you to find the length of the road on map A, the actual length. They want the actual length. This cannot be the actual length on the road. Cannot be so short only. Okay, so what do? Very simple. You just times 50 times 50. Okay, but for this kind of question, okay, wait, I times 50 first. You get 3250000. Now for this kind of question, right, you cannot leave your answer like that. They normally want you to leave in kilometers. So you see, oh, they want this, for this question is cm. But let's say you are supposed to change to kilometers, then how? Very simple. You use this trick that I give you, I taught you just now. From cm, you want kilometer, right? So you divide by what? You divide by 1 2 3 4 5 5 zeros. Okay, so you divide by 1, right, a 1 here, then 1 2 3 4 5 zeros. Okay, so it will be 1 2 3 4 5 32.5 kilometers.